Welcome to this episode of the Nairn County Podcast, which is brought to you in association with our two digital partners, Zion Energy and Top Car. As our players geared up for the return to training, they were given a briefing at Station Park on all the COVID-19 measures we've put in place to make sure everybody stays safe. After the briefing, I had a quick chat with club captain Adam Porritt. Here's what Adam had to say. Ian Finlayson from the Nairn County Podcast. I'm here with the captain of Nairn County, Mr. Adam Porritt. Hi Adam, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not bad at all. So Adam, we're up here at Station Park. We've just had the COVID briefing because we're intended coming back to training. How are you and how are the boys feeling about that?
I think we're all feeling pretty positive. I think we've all missed it. It's good to see the lads here for the first time. Not seen some of them for it feels like months and months now, but no, we're all optimistic and really looking forward to getting back to it.
Mm-hmm. And how has lockdown been for you? Have you been able to do any sort of running and training?
Me personally, it's been really good. I've got a wee one at home, so being able to spend time with him has been good, but fantastic. Also get individual training done. It's been hard to motivate myself, especially the latter end of it, but now we've got an end goal now of being able to train soon, so I'm just looking forward to getting back now.
And excited for the new season, whatever shape that may take.
Yeah, definitely. We've just spoke there. We've got a really good bunch of boys here, and I've got a funny feeling that we could do something special next season, especially with there being a short turnaround with the amount of games. We could maybe surprise one or two teams, hopefully.
Well, we all hope that too, Adam.
Definitely.
We all hope that too. Adam, thanks for chatting to us. Good to see you back.
No problem.
So our pre-season training started on Saturday. I was there to have a chat with Director of Football Graeme McLeod to catch up on everything that's happened on a very busy week at Station Park. So it's Ian Finlayson for the Nairn County Podcast. I'm down at a sun-kissed Riverside Park and I'm joined by our Director of Football, Graeme McLeod. Graeme, we're back. Tell us about what we're doing down here today.
Indeed, Ian. I don't know what Riverside you're at because I'm shivering away here. It's a bit cold. But so the guys are back in for pre-season training for the first day. So the first morning session. So what Ronnie's done is split the squad in two to ease them back into it. So we've got the defensive players here. So I think there's 9 or 10 of them here this morning, and then this afternoon the attacking players and the goalkeepers will be in for their sort of welcome back session. So it's just a bit of light training just to ease them back into it after 6 months of being idle.
And I think that before we get into how we've set it up, it's just everybody's so delighted to be back and training and kicking a ball, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great for the players to be able to come in and get the training underway. We're 6 or 7 weeks away from the hopeful start date for the season, so we're delighted to just have the players back, and the players are happy to be here by the looks of them so far anyway. And I think we've been able to retain 100% of the payment to the players, and they've received 100% of the financial packages that they signed up for when they signed the contracts that they're on pre-COVID. So yeah, I think as a football department at the club, we have to be really thankful to the management committee and the board of directors for backing us on that, and everyone's delighted with how we're going and to be back here today.
And I think we should probably point out the reason that we sound like we're down at the end of the tunnel is that you and I are masked up and we've got all our protection on. Tell us a wee bit about the sort of hygiene and COVID procedures we've taken here.
Yeah, so it's a bit different in terms of training and the setup that we've had to go through. So all the players have arrived. We've had designated car parking for them so that they park at least 2 metres apart. They were then temperature tested on arrival, or all attendees were temperature tested on arrival. There's then a specific entry point to the pitch, a one-way system that they've got to walk from their car round to the side of the pitch. We then have designated areas at the side of the pitch for each player to put their gear in and have hand sanitizer dotted out throughout that area. There's then specific zones of the pitch that the players are allocated to with the training drills set up, and they're directed to these zones and with specific entry and exit points to each zone. And there's all these sort of protocols, like you say. We're standing here 2 metres apart with face masks on, with rubber gloves on, as well as various other precautions that we've had to introduce. So it's all different, and for the first few sessions it'll be a lot of familiarisation,
of course,
for the players and for the coaching staff as well, because it's all new. It's different stuff to what we've ever had to do before.
Of course. And it's all about keeping people safe at the end of the day, isn't it?
That's it, Ian. You've seen the high profile incidents in the news with the Premiership players. I think the Secretary of the Highland League was notified by the Chief Executive of the SFA that they're aware of instances of the regulations being breached at lower levels as well. It's not just these high profile incidents that
Indeed.
but it leads to that recent shutdown, that recent ban of training that was implemented. So we have to do our bit, we have to adhere to the rules, and if all the other clubs do the same, then we'll be fine.
Absolutely. So, Graeme, it's the positive news doesn't just end with us being back in training. It's really been a good 10 days of positive news for Nairn County as a whole. Tell us a bit about the sponsorships that have come on board and the exciting new initiative that we've got at Station Park.
Yeah, so I think looking at it chronologically, the first one that we announced was a second digital partner,
Yes.
which is Top Car in Inverness, so a new, fresh used car dealership. So we were delighted to be able to team up with them as a second digital partner alongside Zion Energy. So I think that's a real ringing endorsement for
Absolutely.
what we're doing in the online world in trying to promote the club, and real recognition for the effort that goes into the amount of content and the quality of content that we produce for our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and various other social media platforms that we have. So we were delighted to be able to tie in with Top Car. So there was that, and then of course the main sponsorship deal that we announced at the end of last week was our new shirt sponsors. So various weeks of discussions with Side Crystal and Campro, who are coming on board as the shirt sponsors, and Centurion Plumbing, who will be the first ever short sponsor for us.
Yes.
So of course we're absolutely delighted to bring that to its conclusion. And then of course Side Crystal then offered to forego their branding on the shirt in favour of the charity Mikey's Line. So Side Crystal had approached Mikey's Line,
Yes.
and gained agreement with them, and then came to us and said, look, this is what we want to do. So that was really you're really taken aback. It was a real sort of wow moment when you heard that they were willing to do that. It's an absolutely fantastic gesture. And then to take it further, Campro, who were going to have their logo on the front of the home shirt, said, well, we see what you're doing, and we with Side Crystal have the gesture that they've made, and we'd like to support that as well, and how about we give up our right to have the logo on the front of the home shirt in favour of Mikey's Line as well.
Quite amazing. Quite amazing.
Really fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, the work that Mikey's Line does.
Tell us a wee bit about Mikey's Line and what.
Yeah, I've
what
just
they
had
do.
a wee look. I've not obviously it's something that really just came to fruition and came up in the last week, but I've not had a chance to really sit down. But I've chatted to Emily
Yes.
Stokes, the services manager at Mikey's Line, and they do an amazing amount of work. They have a text line service for anyone that's feeling lonely or any sort of mental health issues at all, people that just need someone to talk to, and they have this text line that people can contact, and they also have a drop-in crisis centre in Inverness, which is open in the evenings as well, so that people can go along to if they just as you say, just need someone to have a chat to.
Yes,
And so there's a tremendous amount of work there.
and it's really important to say, and I know we'll put the Mikey's Line contact details on
Absolutely,
at the end of
yeah.
this, but it's really important to say that anybody can engage if you're feeling you just need a bit of support or somebody to talk to, or just things are not going so well and you need a wee bit of help. Go for it. It's so important, that side of it.
Yeah, and I think it's really hidden as well. I think mental health issues, physical issues are a lot more visible.
Yep.
Where the people can see that, if you've got a physical ailment, then
Yes,
it's a
indeed.
lot more visible.
Yeah.
Whereas mental issues, it's completely behind closed doors, if you like. There's this stigma attached to it. People, particularly young men, like to bottle these things up and maybe don't want to be seen as being a weakness of expressing that you have these types of issues, and we want to try and tackle that alongside Mikey's Line. It's it's really important.
But being, just to touch on that, being able to talk about stuff and engage with stuff, it's not a weakness, it's a strength.
No,
it's a
absolutely.
strength that you're able to reach out,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's the message that we're hoping to share.
Yeah, definitely. It's a real difficulty, and as you say, with the age demographic of the squad that we have, so we encourage the guys to, if there's ever anything that they want to talk about, then we're all here for them, and with the tie-in with Mikey's Line as well, can give us help with additional support there, and people just across the community, be it the supporters base, be it anyone wider in there, or even the Highland region. If our If our shirt having the Mikey Line contact details on encourages just one person to reach out, then it will have been a successful venture.
So important. Now, you mentioned shirts there. We have something new. Tell us about this new shirt we've got.
Yeah, so we launched the third shirt this week. So for the first time, I think, in the club's history, we've got a third kit. But we've actually, in my time, we always run with 3 sets of strips.
Yes.
But 2 of them are the same. We have 2 sets of the home shirt and an away shirt. So what we decided to do, instead of just having 2 sets of the home shirt, we'll just go with 1, and we'll use a third shirt as well with a completely different design. So when we were approached by Puma about extending our kit supplier deal with them, one of the additional extras that they threw in was that we were allowed, or they would design for us, a bespoke jersey, which would be unique to our club. So I went back to them and said we were looking for something to commemorate our 100-year anniversary of winning the Elgin and District Cup, which is our first ever trophy as a club, and they were able to incorporate that as part of the away jersey, which we launched last month. And then this third jersey, so it's a little bit more, something just a little bit more out there, a little bit different.
Certainly caused a stir though.
The design.
Yes.
So we're delighted with how it's come out. And we'll maybe see that on display across in the north in our away fixtures, some of our away games whereby we can't wear the black and we can't wear the yellow, which are obviously quite similar. So
It's already being called the Flash Gordon slip, yes.
yeah, so we'll see. We'll be bringing, it'll be available for general for sale for supporters, and we'll maybe see some fans about town wearing it in the next few weeks and months.
Hopefully so. Graeme, thank you for talking to us as always. We'll get back to training.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this latest episode of the Nairn County podcast. It's been brought to you in association with our 2 digital partners, Zion Energy and Top Car. We'll be back very soon to talk all things Nairn County, and we look forward to joining you.